Be Well, Meads and Ciders, speaking with the events and sales manager, Paige Van Cise. Paige, can you start off by telling us how Be Well got started?
Yeah, my two oldest brothers own and operate kind of their passion to brew craft beverages. One of my brothers started at Shorts, kind of managing, doing some brewing with them. He kind of went from doing some soda pops into an introduction to honey, and then the mead came along. Mead is a honey wine rather than grapes. We use honey. So he started kind of doing soda pops to the mead. Under a small batch wine license, you can do cider, and we're surrounded by apples. So that was sort of how it got started. They had the passion and the drive.
Very cool. So when you make a mead and when you make a cider, do you use ingredients from northern Michigan?
Absolutely. We try 100%. We do 100% use Michigan fruit. Our ciders in particular are mostly named after where we get our fruits. King's Orchard in Central Lake, White's in Keewaydin, Bargey's Farm in Keewaydin. And of course, we're using local honey. My brother started beekeeping. That was sort of how that all happened. So we use our honey. We also source through other Antrim County beekeepers. So pretty lucky we haven't had to leave Antrim County for a lot of the honey and a lot of the fruit. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's very nice because you're keeping it very local.
Absolutely.
And this is a really nice family place that you're, kind of making, and just the ciders and the meads. So how exactly do you make, let's say, a mead?
So mead at its basic is honey and water heated to a certain temperature. Yeast is pitched. The sugar is eaten into alcohol, kind of just like a wine. And then it's done a lot like a tea. You're steeping in the herbs and the spices. We have an apple pie mead that is cinnamon and vanilla in cheesecloth, steeped for a certain amount of time. But at its basic, it's honey and water that's fermented.
Wow. And so how long does it usually take to ferment that and to get it, to that wine taste, I guess?
Meads are a little bit quicker. We're doing commercial draft meads, so our turnaround is about a month on a mead, sometimes a little bit less. Ciders, on the other hand, a slow cold ferment throughout the winter is the best way to go. So those are 4 to 5 months. Meads are a pretty quick turnaround.
Okay, so with the ciders then, how are ciders made? I mean, you just take the apples and ferment them, or how exactly do you guys do that?
So we are proud to say that we crush our own apples. We're out there picking a lot of them, supporting the local orchards. We're crushing in this facility. We press the juice. The juice is put into IBC totes, and they ferment. So it is literally just fermented apple juice is what hard cider is.
Wow, very cool. So do you guys actually go out to these orchards and you pick them? Is there a special kind of, looking apple that you guys kind of take on or look for?
Sure. A lot of our favorites are wild apples. We did a lot of wild foraging, Beaver Island, Antrim County. We kind of went all over sort of northern Michigan and got a lot of wild apples. The more tannic, tart, if you don't want to eat the apple, chances are we want to use it for cider. A lot of the orchard apples, though, are great. Empire, Cortland Spy, McIntosh all make really great hard ciders. It just depends on what you're looking for. Our favorites are definitely those really tannic apples that no one wants to eat.
Wow, very cool. So one of these things right over here, these totes that you have, how many bottles can that actually, give?
Sure. So 4 of those totes fit into the big stainless tank behind us. If that's full, we get about 300 to 350 cases of our 22-ounce bottles, which houses most of our cider.
Wow, very cool. And so would one of these things almost be the same as one of your meads too, that you kind of do?
We've just started putting our meads in bigger tanks. Before we were pretty small batch, but now that we're distributing with Imperial Beverage and we're growing, we do it in the big tank. So yeah, same thing, big tank, bigger batches, draft and bottles.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Paige, for being here and telling us about Be Well and about the meads and the ciders and how you guys make those.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
In Bel Air at Be Well Mead and Cider with My News 26, I'm Marlaina Scarbrough.